Okay, here we go. Welcome everybody to episode 2 of Skeptalk.
Hello.
Updated the frame a little bit. As you can see, we got the comments for Twitch going. So if you want to participate in the show, feel free to leave a Twitch chat, and we'll hit those up every once in a while. But yeah,
Looking fancy.
yeah. Took some feedback from the 4 people who've watched this show. The blank screen that you see up there right now, that'll be not there for very long. Let me hit the button that makes it do.
Magic.
Right.
This is where the magic happens, folks. Skeptalk Live.
All right, so
it's beautiful.
we're gonna talk about some news here. I got a little bit of a surprise that I didn't tell Jason about. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and take a look at today's top political issues, and we're both going to give our opinion on the top political issues of today, and that'll help everybody get to know the hosts a little bit. Bam, with a fancy slideshow presentation.
I love it.
So the first question, these questions come from a political polling website, right?
Okay.
So it's asking what the top political polls are, and they're in no particular order because there wasn't an actual order for me to take from. So I just took some of the ones that had the largest amounts of votes on them, making them a popular poll. So let's go and take a look at: should there be more restrictions on the current processes of purchasing a gun? I'm going to let you answer first, and then I'll answer mine.
Okay. Yes and no. It's kind of tricky. Obviously, it's not a very easy question to answer. I would say as long as it's proven, if there's research behind it that shows that it does actually do what it's meant to do. My idea would be, there's plenty of countries that have high gun ownership already, that do have gun restrictions, that have very little gun crime, and I think we should probably model whatever we decide to do off of something like that. On the other hand, I don't think that all regulation is made equally, and we should look at it extraordinarily skeptically when somebody wants to limit the rights of any individual.
Right.
I think that's about it.
I pretty much agree. Only one thing I'd like to point out: a lot of people who like to bring up the idea of other places that have high gun ownership and low violence. The processes over there for getting guns are way different than what we think of. So, for example, take Sweden, right? People are mandated to have a gun. When you serve in the military there, which is also mandated.
It's also mandatory. Yeah.
Right. You receive a service rifle, right?
Yes.
And you're also required to, I believe you have to renew your training with it every once in a while. And then owning other guns, right? You're required to be in what's called a gun club. And
it's fucking awesome.
Yeah. And you have to go out and you have to go shooting and you have to go training in order to maintain the license to keep those guns. So, yes, there's a lot less gun violence there. Yes, people are a lot safer there with their guns. But there's a lot of have to do stuff. And, I don't know. I would love to see, some of that implemented here. But I'd see where there would be huge amounts of problems with it, too.
I totally agree with you. Some of that I had no problem with. People should definitely have to take classes, go through maybe an entire seminar, or really maybe a term's worth of classes. I'm not against that. I think it would be even great if we had gun safety as early as elementary school and public schooling, so we have less children shooting themselves with guns, which is also a very high problem here. Another place we could look at, though, is Canada. Canada doesn't have most of the restrictions you were talking about, but they still have very little gun crime. So really all we need to do is make it really cold in America, which we're doing with climate change, and I think we'll solve most of these problems.
Exactly. And then just uh, institute an entire other section of the country with a different language. And
Perfect. We'll separate everybody right down Quebec. I mean,
I think we could use the Bible Belt to separate everybody
easily.
Yeah. Anyway, next question: should employers be required to pay men and women the same salary for the same job?
That's a good question. No, I don't think so. I guess I would need some reasoning behind that. Like, is this like a hypothetical question? If they're like the exact same person, male and female, should they be required to do it? I don't think there should be. I guess I should say I don't think there should be a requirement for pay aside from the minimum wage. Like, I'm okay with the minimum wage, but if somebody doesn't perform well, I don't think they should be paid the same as somebody who does perform better.
Right. So
whether it's a men or women,
I think that this question,
I'm okay with women making more.
Yeah, I think that this question has a ton more political, I would say, spin on it, because I mean this question, the basics of if you look at it at a super basic level, if you've got an entry-level woman and an entry-level male going into the exact same entry-level position, yes, they should be paid the exact same amount, and that employers should not be able to choose, you are a female, so I will pay you less, right? That makes sense. How do you enforce that is another question, and it's completely different and way out of the scope of should they be required to. Also, if you have male and female with 20 years experience and going into a job that requires 20 years of experience, should they have to pay each other or pay both candidates exactly the same, right? I believe the answer would be yes, but there, once again, how do you enforce that? And then again, there are the outliers, right? Like, if you are going to, if you're going to do a job that requires you to do something that, well, I mean, there's a lot of nuance to the question, because if you're trying to think, like, if you're going to be a firefighter or something and you've got to be able to carry somebody and you're not big enough, I mean, if you look at it, there's a lot of guys who aren't big enough to carry guys too. And there are...
Yeah, true. I also don't think they would be qualified for that position, though.
Right, but there are also women who are big enough to carry people, right?
Totally.
And
yeah,
I think in that case, it's less about gender and more about capability. So, one, my stance is yes, people should be required to pay each other the same amount based on their gender, without any qualifications on their gender. But if there are qualifications outside of that, it gets a lot more messy.
For sure. What I will say about it is I don't actually think any two people are so similar that you could make a regulation like that.
Right.
And by that I mean, like, where people could have the equal experience, whether it's a man or a woman, either one of them could excel at, let's say, like, efficiency,
right,
or effectiveness, while the other one excels at a different area of the job.
Right.
And I think, depending on what you're looking for, I think, or what you need, or what your company values, or what your culture in your company needs, I think that comes into play. So I don't think, I don't know. I just think regulation, forcing companies to do stuff like that, tends to lead to problems in the workforce.
Right. And I mean, if I thought about it myself, if I was running a company and I was going to be a schmimey fuck, right, and I wanted to pay women less, I would create two different jobs. You would have your, standard dock worker, and then I would have a job called dock assistant. And I would make them do exactly the same thing, but pay dock assistants less and only hire females, right?
Yeah.
if I wanted to be an asshole. So I mean, like the trying to legislate this is super hard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that it's not something that needs or not doesn't need to be addressed. It's super hard to do. And I think that this question also stems a lot from the what is that, the pay gap, right? The pay gap idea. And the pay gap idea has a lot of mathematical problems in it. It doesn't take into effect that, all right, so you got a workforce of primarily men who, I mean, it's been there for a long time. They're a lot of them are legacy jobs, and males have a higher chance of asking for a raise, right? Not the fact that they're going to be accepted necessarily, but the fact that they will ask for one more often, right?
Yeah.
So, and I don't have any of the studies offhand on that, but they're out there, and
I can pull them up.
if pressed, I can give that information. But like what I'm saying is that if you've got two females who were hired, or two employees, one male, one female, that were hired at the same time for the same amount of money, and the male employee asks for a raise once every 6 months, and the female waits for a raise to come around, or in the case of, assholes, gets denied for the raise more often, right? That doesn't work with the way that those figures work out.
Yeah, I agree. And there's some pretty interesting research out of Harvard that even shows just at initial salary negotiations, women tend to lowball themselves. Of course, there's outliers, but it tends to happen more frequently than males, but I think like 20%. And I can find that study and post it for everybody. But I think things like that are like clear cultural issues where women are valuing themselves less than a man is. I think those are definitely issues that we should like deal with. Like, let's say I'm hiring somebody and I can easily tell that the woman that I just negotiated a contract with lowballed herself, and I know of these kinds of studies, and I know this is a cultural problem here.
Right.
It might be in my best interest to make her happier and give her a little bit more on the salary.
Right.
Now, whether or not my boss is going to like that.
Exactly. I was going to say, if you're middle management, that is bad.
Yeah.
Not saying it's bad morally, but it's bad for your career.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on. Hot topic issue coming next. Do you support NFL players taking a knee in the protest of the racial injustice and police brutality?
Without a doubt, yes.
Yeah, I didn't think there was going to be much discussion on this one. Yes, and having any other opinion is just un-American, right? Like,
yeah, I mean it is. I agree.
Yeah, a lot of it's a sports game, right?
Yeah.
It is a national anthem that you have the choice to partake in or not, and trying to legislate or anything like that is definitely authoritarian and nothing that I want anything to do with. And if you don't like it, stop watching sports.
Yeah.
Right?
I will say, though, one good thing that's come out of this is that, and I'm going to say it right now, I am not a fan of the NFL. I am happy that they finally revoked their nonprofit. I'm not I need to read more into that because I just read that recently. It surprised me that they did that. It's not, on a business side, it's not a smart business move to do that unless you have sufficient pressure. I'm sure they had plenty of pressure, but I've never been a fan of the NFL because of their business standing. So for me, watching the fallout of this, there is some righteousness in it for me where I'm like, finally, the NFL is getting what it deserves. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that are taking a knee for a really good reason, and they're not getting the respect that they deserve. And that pisses me off.
Right.
It's not about the troops, guys, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, exactly. That has nothing to do with the troops. I mean, there's been protests like this forever, and it's not like this. One, I was just reading something about the teams weren't even on the field until '96 for the for the.
Oh wait, not 96. It was post 9/11.
Oh,
So it was
okay.
2001, I think, or 2002.
I thought I said something about '96, but anyway,
Maybe you're right.
anyway, within the last couple decades, the teams weren't even on the field during the anthem, right? So it's not like this is a long standing tradition that they're spitting in the face of.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. All right, moving on. Should sanctuary cities receive federal funding?
Yeah.
Yeah. that's basically
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
I just want to say, like, on that, because I'm supposed to go first, so I'm going to interrupt you.
Now go ahead.
My reasoning behind that is, like, if any other city wants to protest a decision by president any way they want to, I don't think they should have their funding cut.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not harming another individual or encroaching on their lives.
Right.
Or rights, I should say, on their rights.
The reasoning behind it is that it is federal money, so therefore people thinking that their money's being spent on, you know, foreigners or whatever. That's, I mean, nonsensical.
I mean, if we do this as a country, I'm fucking opting out of military funding.
Right, exactly. Like,
or how about this? All my money only goes to the troops. Sorry, Pentagon.
Right. I mean, you could send all my money to sanctuary cities. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, moving on is to a question that I actually have never really been asked before in the specifics of the question, but there was a lot of people voting on this, polling on it, right? Should illegal immigrants be offered in-state tuition rates at a public college within their residence?
Damn, that's a crazy question. I've
Right.
never really thought about it.
Right. I mean, like, say our local college here, Lane, right?
Yeah.
Should Lane charge more for an illegal immigrant to attend?
You know, I'm going to say no, but I'm going to say no across the board. I don't think there should be a difference between in-state tuition and out-of-state tuition already. So I don't think that it should be special or different for undocumented workers or illegal immigrants.
Right.
I really don't think that the draw on resources is so much that we need to start charging people twice as much for the same degree. It doesn't make any sense to me, especially at public universities that are state funded. If it's that big of a deal, then let's start making those people pay taxes to the state that they live in instead of the state that they're from.
Right. All right. On to the next question. Should Muslim immigrants be banned from entering the country until the government improves its ability to screen out potential?
Fuck no. That's ridiculous.
Right.
I mean, right off the bat, how are you going to know they're Muslim?
Right.
Two, if you do figure out they're Muslim, why do Muslims pose more of a threat than any other group that has idealistic extremists?
Right.
I don't think they do. If you want to ban people strictly from war zones, I'm okay with that. That's okay. I totally get that. But if you want to ban people that may fall under the same word for God, I think that's ridiculous. There's 30-something sects of the Islamic religion. Which one of them was the bad guys? Right. I mean, I could probably tell you, but I don't think most people could, and I don't think we should be telling entire countries that they can't enter just because, you know, we don't like the way that they say God.
Right. I've got a little bit of a story time here to kind of answer this question, right? So I went to a vocational school when I was younger, and we all lived on a campus funded by the Department of Labor, and when we had a group of people from Ethiopia as exchange students, right? there were quite a few of them in the residence that I lived in, and while I was going to school, I noticed at one point there was one of them, and I cannot remember his name, but the rest of them all stayed away from him, right? Like as far away from as possible at all times, to the point of where I was like, this looks like does he smell bad? Is he infected with a disease? Kind of stay away from him type of thing, like
Wow.
avoid him at all costs. Turns out he was a warlord over there, right?
Holy shit.
And his regime had fallen, right? His small, tribal regime had fallen, and he used the exchange program to get out of Ethiopia.
Holy shit.
So
that's a danger.
right.
Like,
I mean,
that's a negative.
Logistically, trying to choose, who you want to not come in, right? This is literally saying Muslim immigrants is saying people with brown skin from the Middle East, right? That is who we're going to stop from coming in. So, I mean,
in Africa,
right? Or if you stick to the word Muslim, you're going to allow for the logistical situation of, no, I'm not a Muslim, right? But I mean, like, so in the case of somebody like that coming in, I think that what we need to do is just continue the way that we have, and maybe increase peace presence in certain areas, maybe work on assistance programs for people who are coming over here, or perhaps stop bombing them, like if we were to just quit blowing up all of their countries, there might be something else we could do over there to help them stay where they are.
That's a revolutionary thought.
All right.
But how are we going to get more fucking oil? Come on.
Exactly. I don't know. We'll have to talk to, weirdos like Elon Musk about how to handle it. So, next question is on immigration as well. Should immigrants be deported if they get a serious?
Oh, that's a great question.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say yes. Well, depending.
Right?
Whatever is cheaper. If it costs taxpayers less money to send that person back out to whatever country they came from, I'm for it. That means, though, that they might make it back into the States.
Right.
So that's a little scary.
And so, like, if we use the reform system, right, that costs us to reform this immigrant, right?
Which I just gotta say, like, from everything I've read, I haven't seen anything to back up the reform system working.
Right. I mean, no. I'm not saying it does work, but I
know. I'm just putting that as a disclaimer.
Right. But in the case of using the reform system, we would be paying to reform them. So you quite possibly could be deporting them directly to their death. But then what else do you do with them? Like, this is an actual question, which is it's something that isn't immediately hair trigger answered, right? Yeah. So I think that's where I'm going to leave my stance at. Right?
Yeah.
I
feel you.
It requires a lot more investigation, and it's now something that I'm actually going to have to think about.
Yeah, me too. I've never really actually thought about that.
Right. Next one is another topic we've seen in the news lately. Should the children of illegal immigrants be granted legal citizenship?
And they were born here too?
I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Right.
If they were born here, yes, absolutely.
I think
even if they weren't born here, I'm not that against it.
That's the whole anchor baby issue, right? I don't know if you ever heard it
Yeah,
referred to as that, but
I have. It's a term that I'm like, I'm not sure if that's offensive or not.
right. I mean, I think
I don't
I
care
would
if it is.
I would be
That's what I'm
offended as
saying.
shit if somebody was all
Yeah.
like, "Hey man, you're an anchor baby."
Fuck.
Yeah, the only reason you exist is so your parents don't get deported, right? I
Yeah.
mean, that's pretty much what that term means.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I believe, right, that they should be given citizenship because that's worked for a long fucking time, right?
Yeah, true.
I'm not sure that any of our systemic societal issues are coming from making new Americans, right?
Yeah. And I do know that there is a bane in like the southern states from large amounts of undocumented immigrants coming from Mexico. So maybe it would might make the South happier too if we were like, okay, they are granted legal citizenship, but they need to not like they need to move from the South or something.
Right.
Because I know there's a lot of contention down there. That is a weird policy though. And then it gets into, oh, are you gonna help them relocate? And we should not help them relocate. You know what I mean? So it gets
right.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Just to let everybody who may be watching know, we're gonna check the comments after 2 more of these questions. So.
Oh, I'm talking to him already.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I mean, we're gonna check it. I mean, I'm gonna address them too, I guess.
Cool.
So, what is your stance on abortion?
I'm 100% okay with abortion.
Right.
I have zero qualms with it.
I'm as close to pro-abortion as you can get, right? Like, I mean,
yeah,
more abortions, extra abortions,
extra abortions. I'm not like that far, but
forced abortions. Like, I'm almost there, right? But no, one, everybody who's gonna go get an abortion that has nothing to do with me, I have nothing to do with them. So
yeah,
that's pretty important. And then I'd also like to have the ability to take that option if necessary, right? So I am all in favor of abortion continued use within the United States of America.
Ditto.
All right, and the last one. Should the U.S. build a border wall?
That's a great question. Is Mexico going to pay for it?
Well,
if Mexico's paying for it, fuck yes.
Assume Mexico decided to pay for it because they got tired of Trump's shit, right?
Yeah. Even if Mexico didn't pay for it, I'm not necessarily really against it.
Right.
Honestly, like I don't think it's a terrible idea to put up a wall between you and a country that you've got a lot of issues with.
Right.
Like if Canada put up a border wall, I'd be okay with that.
Right. I think that isn't Canada the largest stretch of unprotected inter-country territory in the world, right? Like every other place has got like checkpoints and everything way more than we do.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense.
Yeah, I thought I read something about that. But all right. Well,
how do you feel?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think. I think it's a waste of resources. Complete waste of resources. There are way better ways we could be dealing with it. Outreach programs. We could do citizenship programs. We could do. I mean, make it a more clear way to travel back and forth between the country, and document who's coming over, right? Or possibly offer assistance programs in Mexico so it's not so bad and people don't want to leave. Perhaps we could crush some drug cartels. Like, there's quite a few things down there that I think that could be done that would be just as expensive or cheaper than the border wall.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. We've got take a look at the chat now for the first time because when I'm the content, I can't see at all, but the content. So, no one talks about the wildlife. That's a good point. You've got creatures that do not respect man's borders. That migration paths of I'm assuming deer. I don't know fuck all about the Mexican border wildlife, right? But who knows? Herds of roaming lizards that are going to lose their migration path or something like that.
Yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of species. There maybe not a lot of them, but I'm sure there's plenty of them that might even be on an endangered species list that are in this vicinity, because endangered species are fucking everywhere.
Right. We're gonna need to put like mouse holes and stuff.
Yeah, and farms too. Yeah.
Right. Literally cutting into animal territories and farmers. Yeah. Yeah, we covered it last episode, but there was the like an entire town that has been just bisected by the border fence. So there were a bunch of people who used to live in the U.S. who just don't anymore.
That'd be so fucking mad.
They just and they don't live in Mexico either. They live in the no-fly zone, essentially, right? And
I mean, at first it'd be like, oh my god, it's just like the Wild West. It's complete anarchy. But then you're like, oh shit, do the police answer my call when somebody tries to burn my fucking house down? Or
how am I gonna get my Amazon packages, right? Like,
fuck. That's the fucking worst. Do they have drones yet at the wall?
Right, exactly. Before we move on to the next story, speaking of Amazon, did you see Amazon Key?
Yeah, I did.
Right, that's another thing that I'm sitting on the fence on, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm like, will I do this?
Right. So one, like, another story time, right? Used to work at a ink manufacturing place, and we'd have a lot of time to fuck around, right? We once took a Bluetooth-enabled phone and managed to configure an app to just open people's car doors. If they had the wireless entry stuff. Like, this was quite a few years ago, so it's gotten better now. But anything's hackable. Anything.
Oh yeah,
and so now you can walk around and just. I mean, I remember you used to be able to make a box that you could hold up to a payphone, and it would play a specific tone and give you a free call, right? So
wait, I have a question before you continue because I got confused for a second. Are we not? Oh shit, we couldn't give them a key. So you're saying it's like something you install on your door?
Oh yeah, dude.
Lock it with
so it's a
shit.
phone app, dude. Right? So
okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is.
I mean, that makes sense.
Seeing Dragon Daughter's comment. It is optional, right? But what I'm saying is, if you opt into it,
yeah,
what are the ramifications, right? You sign up, you get the phone app, right? And you're like, okay, it says that your package is coming today, and you can say, okay, cool, like, and then schedule it to open the door for the Amazon guy, right?
Yeah.
So the Amazon guy is just a UPS driver, right? Or just a FedEx driver. Or
they do not have like strict background checks.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm sure they'll probably stop them if they're felons, but I mean,
right. It's all, as far as I know, it's all just checking into, there's even companies that have nothing to do with the major companies that do deliveries for Amazon.
Yes.
So not only have you opened your door to let this guy in, but is he going to case the joint? Right? Now he's seen what kind of fucking what kind of stuff you've got inside.
Yeah.
He knows your defenses. He knows if you've got a guard dog. He knows if you've got when he hears the alarm go off, because you got your alarm set up to Alexa, it's set up to Amazon, and everything's all ready to go, right? The alarm is going to you're going to know that they have an alarm or not, right?
Yeah.
And then to come back later. Or
I mean, there's plenty of things that are wrong.
right. And the other thing is, what else? Like, if that door comes open, there are people who wait for Amazon packages to show up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all you gotta do, wait for the Amazon guy, come in, put the package down, and then you like hurl the like stick behind him and get the door keep it from shutting, right? Or
just fucking perfectly.
Right, dude. Or
No,
I mean, like, yeah, I am not a super clever criminal, but there are super clever criminals out there, right? And they'll figure some shit out using this. Like, what if you get a hold of an Amazon fucking uniform and trick the door into letting you
in? Yeah.
Anyway.
Wait, is it an app on their phone or something?
So it's like there's literally a door like thing you install, and it like fucking unlocks your door and then fucking opens it.
The only time I could ever see actually using this personally is if I had one of those like entryway nooks, and they could come into the nook, do their little unlock thing, stick the package down, leave, but there's still my fucking big ass door in between, like my front door is still in between that nook and my house.
Right. I think that somebody needs to jump on the fucking like jump on the wagon and build a FedEx box, like just a box that you get installed from the like FedEx and those places where they can walk up and just go deet 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 and then put your delivery in. Right.
That's a great idea.
Right. Then you don't have to fiddle fuck around with cameras and voice recognitions and all sorts of garbage, right?
Yeah. I like that idea, actually. I think it's probably would be an expensive box, number one, because it'd have to stop people from breaking into it. And two, people are going to vandalize the shit out of that.
Right. The power of the almighty lockable chest, right? Like.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like it, though. I think it's a better idea than, hey, let this fucking stranger into your house because he's not really working for Amazon or possibly UPS.
Right.
But he's working for this fucking new Uber delivery company that just came out that just hires anybody that can deliver a package. Because that's going to fucking happen at some point.
I can't remember who I was watching earlier today, but somebody else was mentioning another point, and that was dogs and cats. And the escapism, right? You just open up that door, bam, cat's gone.
Fuck. Yeah, that's the worst. That's horrible.
Right. I know that when the delivery guy gets here, if I'm home, I know that my dog absolutely loses his fucking mind.
Isn't this like the plot to Toy Story 3 or some shit? Like, we already know this isn't good. Okay.
All right. Okay, we're gonna move on a little bit.
Do some real headlines now.
Yeah.
Can't fucking wait.
Yep. All right. We're gonna go to. Oh, hey, Jason.
Sup?
Jason.
Hey.
Where's them JFK files at, yo?
Shit.
They're not coming out.
What?
Yeah, dude. So.
No, they came out. I was reading it earlier.
I've been watching it all day. They're holding on to it to redact some more information.
Yeah, there's 300 that they're holding back, but they did release some.
Right, but why are they holding on to them?
Obviously, they don't want you to know that Fidel Castro's really the one that assassinated JFK.
Right. Well, don't you know that redacting is the opposite, right?
Of releasing.
Of releasing.
Yeah.
Of declassification, sure. Right?
Yeah.
Oop. Yep. There we go. Hold on to that. Apparently. Okay. Here's the button. Okay. No. What's going on? Okay. There's the button.
Yeah.
No. Apparently, if I click anything, everything goes crazy. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right. I found the button. There's like 12 fucking slider bars and. Right. So. Yeah. They're supposed to be.
Cool.
Yeah. They're all supposed to be finished out by midnight tonight. Right.
Yeah.
But they're postponing the release of any documents that they feel that they need more time to redact. So I'm not happy with that. But you know what? Eventually, we're gonna figure out who all 12 of the shooters were, and right.
I get why they're like holding those back, because I from what I was reading, it sounds like it's like the NSA, the CIA, and the FBI, and they're like, hey, we still have some agents in play that have to do with these documents, or maybe like one article, I forgot who it was. It might have been The Intercept, but they were saying it is a possibility that they still have specific sleeper agents working in Cuba, in the Cuban government, that have been there since the 60s.
Right.
And so they're worried that by releasing these files, it'll be easy to figure out who they are, and then their lives would be in danger.
Right.
That's still a bunch of like hearsay.
Right.
But,
I think it would be awesome to see what I'm waiting for, right, is that this is like the next Game of Thrones novel coming out, dude. So many awesome conspiracy theories are gonna just pop up everywhere from the most inane details in these files, right? And I honestly can't wait.
I can't either.
So where's them JFK files at? All right. So that's a little bit of an update there. We were supposed to get that today. I was totally going to grab some of the best ones and
that would have been so
review
awesome.
them, but the best ones are being held back, is what I'm assuming, right? So
yeah, the most interesting one I read was that the CIA had been watching Martin Luther King, but
right,
it didn't really have any substance to it, and that's not really new news. So
correct. All right, moving on. The Clinton campaign helped fund the infamous Trump PP dossier.
So fucking ridiculous. And the DNC as well.
Right.
Can't forget that.
Right. So this is a Vice News article, and we all know how respected Vice News is. So, I mean, there's still, I mean, you've got more info on this, right? You were the one who found this story?
Yeah. I read this either this morning or yesterday. It doesn't say a whole lot. Essentially, what they figured out was there was a secret Republican funder to initially get this analytics firm involved in trying to figure out and really create this dossier of this P-tape ridiculousness. But then that Republican financier backed off. The Clinton campaign stepped in along with the DNC. As far as like what's on it, I haven't read it. I don't even know if it's available. I just think it's fucking hilarious that after all of the shit that happened this last election, and for how much people talked shit about Trump and having ridiculous like ties to financing, it's like, come on, like we have the DNC and their fucking pick for president,
right,
financing a dossier about Trump getting peed on in Russia. Fuck. Our political system is terrible.
Keyword Russia.
Russia. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on from this story, we have Gerard Butler being an idiot.
I fucking love this story.
So he injected himself with bee venom and then immediately went into anaphylactic shock. So apparently this is a treatment.
It's not that simple. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So apparently it's a treatment called apitherapy, where you inject yourself with bee venom. Like nothing. Okay, my stance on homeopathic medicine, right, is that...
What is it? That wasn't in our questions.
What?
That wasn't in your questions in the beginning. It should have been.
Oh yeah, exactly. What's your stance on homeopathic?
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead,
but
sorry.
so my stance on homeopathic medicine is that homeopathic medicine that works is called medicine, right?
Yeah.
So unless this said the medical treatment is called apotherioscopy or something like that, right? I don't hold any weight with it, right? I'm sorry, it doesn't hold any weight with me. So first off, this guy is shoving bee venom into, and that's, I mean, not into himself, but he's paying to have bee venom injected into his body.
I want to finish this story because it is fucking brilliant.
Right.
And you can't make this shit up. Well, you could, but then you'd probably work in Hollywood.
Right. Yeah, so
Gerard Butler pays this guy to inject him with bee venom because he heard that it helps like sore muscles and shit. The guy injects him with 10 times too much bee venom and puts Gerard Butler, the guy from fucking 300 who looks like the guy from Gladiator, into the fucking hospital. And then he gets released. Gerard Butler talks to him and says, "Hey man, what's going on?" The guy says, "I put too much bee venom in you. Let's do it again." Gerard Butler says, "Okay," and goes back to the fucking hospital again.
Right.
Within a month. I think it's within a couple weeks. It's the best story on the internet.
I actually think the next story is the best story on the internet.
Okay, what is it? How can it be better?
I'm going to show you a picture.
I'm so excited.
This picture here is the back of a corn pops, right?
Yeah.
And as you can see, a bunch of animated corn pops people are running around doing anything. But if you look a little closer, there's one corn pop who's a little different.
Whoa, what the fuck?
They decided to make the dark corn pop the janitor.
How are these mistakes being made in 2017?
There's right.
Boss?
There's another like thing I noticed after
company.
Right, exactly. The artist who they hired for this, I'm wondering if he slipped this in, dude.
He slipped it in.
This like one of those Disney dicks, right? Like,
yeah.
But if we go back to that last slide, you'll have to notice the corn dog stand, or corn on a stick stand, right? Name's Uncle Willie's. I don't know. I just think that might be added in there as well.
Yeah. That is pretty fucked up. I can't believe that got through.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm amazed by
Twitter got a hold of this and tore it to pieces. Right?
Oh shit, I bet.
There was arguments on all sides. Some of the funniest ones being, people obviously pointing out like why you got to make the dark one clean up everybody's shit. But there were other ones, and I'm sure some of these were trolls, right? But there was all like, hey, janitor is an honorable position, right? Oh, or
Jesus,
did you happen to notice he's also the only one that can afford clothes because he's the only one working, right?
That's beautiful.
Right, exactly. Kellogg's has put out they said that the artwork has been changed and that they're in stores now, but it's already too late. It's way
too late. Damage is done.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna move into some videos now, and the first one is, returning star, Donald Trump.
Nice.
So today, he made an announcement about the opioid crisis, right? It is now a national public health emergency.
Fuck.
Right. So
that's great news.
Right. But
I mean, terrible news, but great news.
Right. Watch how eloquently he puts this. This is just a small clip of it, but
I'm so excited.
And what we've seen in our lifetimes, nobody has seen anything like what's going on now. As Americans, we cannot allow this to continue. It is time to liberate our communities from this scourge of drug addiction. Never been this way. We can be the generation that ends the opioid epidemic. We can do it.
Except for maybe the opium crisis, right?
Yeah, totally.
Or every other drug problem that we've ever had. The cocaine crisis. Yeah, like
crack.
Right.
I think meth is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, meth is a huge deal. Like
bigger for Canada, but still.
Well, this is another one of those big things, right? Like this is not necessarily a racial issue, but it is a classist issue, right? A lot of people end up on opioid addictions who are in middle class and upper or lower class, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what you get prescribed, and then you get addicted, and then you try to figure out whatever you can do to do it. And it's it's the new cocaine. It's worse than cocaine, but it may not be worse than like methamphetamine, right? Which is the poor man's opiate addiction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I got okay, I got another clip from this same thing, dude. Watch this forced I have a black friend handshake.
What the fuck?
He grabs that guy's hand and forces him. He's all like, yes, I'm talking about drugs, my friend.
Yeah, I'm here to help your community.
Yeah. Also, like this I watched the entire speech, and he's so hard to understand where he's going. He just meanders on in his talks.
I feel like a lot of times when he's talking, he's saying parts of old speeches. Like they're just blanket fucking statements, and then he's like, insert part that's relevant. And he fumbles it every time.
Exactly. Opioid crisis. Hillary's emails. Right? Like
yeah. This is the worst that's ever happened.
Exactly.
Americans everywhere shouldn't have to deal with this opioid crisis that is happening everywhere.
Exactly. It's the exact same speech that he gave for Texas and the hurricanes there, and the exact same.
Everywhere we go, there are trans people in the military.
Right, exactly.
America.
Fuck. All right. Got some news on North Korea.
Oh, shit.
Issuing a new warning to the United States. Take our threats seriously and literally. One top official telling CNN when it comes to their threat to test their strongest hydrogen bomb yet over the Pacific, they mean it literally.
Should the world prepare for North Korea to detonate a nuclear device above ground?
The foreign minister is very well aware of the intentions of our supreme leader, so I think you should take his words literally.
This comes, of course, as President Trump is about to head to Asia just next week, including stops in South Korea, China, and Japan. Let me bring in...
There it is, dude. He's going over there.
Awesome.
Yeah. That
won't escalate anything.
No, not at all. He wants to go there personally to hit them with his sword, right? Like
to bet them with his sword.
But yeah. So this actually just came out today. So there's more grandstanding, including diplomats and officials running around going, "You should take the crazy guy seriously."
Yeah.
It's not well, okay, so apparently they're going to test their hydrogen bomb in the Pacific, right? So they're going to, one, that doesn't seem healthy for plant life or animal life or Oh, you know what we should do? Get them to bomb the garbage patch.
That'd be fucking amazing.
Right?
That's a good idea.
Wonder what would happen if you bombed the garbage patch. Right.
International problems. That's our fucking garbage. God damn it.
Right. Let's see. I'm gonna move on to the next one.
Cool. I mean, that's pretty terrifying, though, that they are talking about doing that in the middle of the ocean.
Right. It's not healthy for anybody, and not besides socio political economics.
Yeah.
Everything is bad there.
How do you feel about going to war with North Korea? Where do you stand with that?
I think we need to shit or get off the pot.
Fair enough.
Right. So either we need to full on decide that we're going to, and we need to do it for the right reason, of course. We need to go in and free a bunch of mind slaves from a terrible dictator, right? It's like the first time I feel that we would be just in invading somebody for a long, long, long time.
Yeah.
Right?
And for a good reason. Like, let's say, practice for what we might have to do for China in about 20 years when their social credit goes fucking crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, well, the next story is something that we should have heard about a long time ago, but I haven't heard dick or squat about it. It's from African News. It's about the bubonic fucking plague.
A plague epidemic is spreading on the island of Madagascar, leaving in its wake more and more victims. The latest report published by the Ministry of Health reports 1,133 infected people. Among them, 124 have died.
With the
epidemic
plague
has been recurring every year since the 1980s, especially in rural areas where the context of poverty favors its emergence. But this year, the epidemic has spread more since August, even extending to urban areas and the capital, Antananarivo. Reopening of schools was once again postponed and lessons were suspended until November 5th. The WHO has distributed more than 1 million doses of antibiotics, while the Red Cross has trained hundreds of volunteers to help contain the disease. To date, 780 patients have been cured, while 219 are still being treated.
So that's something I didn't know. We have a cure for the bubonic plague.
Yeah, I was really happy to hear that at the end.
Right.
What I wasn't happy to hear is that this has been breaking out since the fucking 80s every year.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Right.
Jesus.
I don't know. I think that still we should probably send some vaccines, right?
Yeah. I mean, if they don't have enough or they need any help whatsoever, we should probably jump on that, being the leader in medicine.
Right, and that being the disease that has historically been the worst for everyone.
Yeah. Jesus, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I found that today randomly on LiveLeak, and I mean, I had to search a bit back. This is a new video, but the first mention I saw of it was a few months ago or whatever, that this is happening over there.
Wow.
And of course, somebody made the joke about they need to close their ports.
Of course.
Yep. You always got to start in Madagascar or you won't make it off the island. So.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen Outbreak. I know what happens.
Right. So I've got some liberal news coming up.
Cool.
More specifically, news about liberals.
Oh shit.
Strategy to stop President Trump scream helplessly at the sky.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States.
This is not a joke. According to Facebook invites, more than 4,000 people nationwide are planning to scream their lungs out at the sky as a protest on the anniversary of President Trump's historic election win on November 8th. Everyone keeps laughing. I can't stay serious. People are now...
Why would you give this to them?
I know. Why? This is my fucking problem with liberals. I'm like, number one, your memes are terrible. Number two, why the fuck are you making more memes for conservative trolls?
Right.
Holy shit.
Right, this is literally like silver platter material.
Yeah.
Why are you giving this to them? And like I looked into it. These are real like gatherings that they're planning on having.
I believe you.
Where they're just going and they're urging. I think she says a little bit more about it. Let me go.
Oh, please continue.
Oh, I hit the wrong slide again. Let me get back here.
Damn.
Come on,
That's
you can do this. I could do this.
More than 4,000 people nationwide are planning to scream their lungs out at the sky as a protest on the anniversary of President Trump's historic election win on November 8th. Everyone in here's laughing. I can't stay serious. People are now...
Oh, no, okay.
Yeah, of course not.
Apparently I don't have the other part. But they're encouraging people to go into their backyards and scream at the sky if they can't attend.
Holy shit. We should fucking live stream that.
Right.
Where's the closest gathering?
I don't know. I'll look into it.
Okay, cool.
Right. We could go.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's just...
What the fuck, liberals?
Right, it's too much.
Okay, to all the liberals out there, I'm going to talk directly to you.
All right.
Talk to your crazy fucking friends. Please. Because as much as I love the memes that come out of your fucking stupidity, we really don't need to keep going down this direction, right? Like, we all get that, I'm sure, that these are the fucking crazy ones, right? Yeah.
The conservatives can already take something that is real and twist it into something stupid that they think is funny, right?
Yeah.
You don't need to give them something stupid that they can just take immediately and laugh at, right?
Yeah, just creating this fucking event was bad enough, guys.
Exactly.
Fuck.
And that poor person who got videotaped doing it, right? They're never gonna live that down.
Oh, she's never gonna live. Or is it
Nope.
a guy? I don't remember.
The
chick, I think.
It was androgynous.
Okay, good.
I mean, I had a trouble making guesses, right? Because I don't want.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to offend anybody.
So the next story is along that lines, and it is pissing off a lot of idiots.
Beautiful.
And Israel has become the first transgender person to appear as a Playboy centerfold in the magazine's 64-year history. The French fashion model, who was previously featured nude in a 2014 issue of Playboy, said founder Hugh Hefner had personally chosen her to be the magazine's first transgender centerfold before he died in September. Regarding her selection, Rose said, quote, "Every woman's beauty deserves to be celebrated. No one deserves to be a woman more than those who routinely suffer abuse and are treated like they're less than nothing."
Oops. Gosh, I cannot figure out how to get this to do what I want. But anyway, transgender Playboy centerfold. The memes arising around this are so infuriating.
Oh shit! I haven't seen any of them.
So there is one. I mean, the fact that Hugh Hefner picked her, right?
Yeah.
There are a ton of memes that are like, "I'm not even cold yet, and y'all fucked it up," and pictures of F.
Oh,
right?
Fuck.
It's like, holy shit. You do not know this person that you're pretending to know.
Yeah, seriously.
And then
like, he may have been a little bit misogynistic in the creating of his magazine, of course, and you know the way that he's perceived, but he also did a lot for like feminism. I hate to fucking make that connection because I'm sure that pisses plenty of people off, but
right,
like, he was all about empowering people, and I don't think this is any different. He had black centerfolds before that was really like accepted in most of society.
Yeah, to bring that up, there have been some really amazing posts on Twitter by Playboy themselves, showing letters that they got when they did the first black centerfold, right? Or the first black model. I think it wasn't even maybe centerfold, but
excellent.
And they're exactly the same.
No shit.
No joke. Right? So, once again, it's a bunch of people that are going to be on the wrong side of history.
Yeah, I mean, that's not fucking surprising. We're full of fucking racist idiots here.
Right. Let's see what... This has got a little bit more to go. Oops. Nope, not if I screw it up again.
You'll get it.
Deserves to be a
It's only
woman
episode
more
2.
than those who
Right.
routinely suffer abuse and are treated like they're less than nothing.
C'est extrêmement important.
Roe, who is modeled with Vogue Italia, is featured in the November-December issue, set to hit newsstands on October 31st.
There are a bunch of people that are really scared that this hot transgender woman is gonna make them gay.
That's funny.
Right. Like,
And
I mean, that's
probably a real concern for a lot of people.
right. Well, and then there's the other ones that like this. I am going to look at a naked transgender woman. I'm gonna feel funny about it, and I'm going to be real icked out. That's the thought.
I'm gonna be so grossed out about myself for having an erection.
Because yeah, exactly.
Because I looked at
what what used to
even
be
know
a
her
man,
name.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Parce que ça fait déjà très longtemps.
It's like, dude, don't go to fucking Thailand.
What's funny is half of them spend their time in Thailand.
Yeah, do that shit.
Yeah. Anyway, there's gonna be a hot transgender lady in Playboy, so that's
Cool.
that story.
Welcome to 2017.
So moving on, I'm gonna show you a thing, a section of the show that I like to call Faith Palm.
Nice.
So
Fucking love it.
yeah, moving forward, we'll start covering religious stories in Faith Palm, but
So catchy.
I don't have much for it today, but I do have a declaration of the evils that is you.
Oh, fuck.
Every public or every male public toilet now has urinals where they just stand up like animals and urinate in front of one another. What's worse is we even have Muslims using these urinals.
What? What the fuck did urinals become a problem?
Dude, you could see a dick.
True.
It's a possibility.
If you're looking for a dick, you're probably gonna see one.
It is a distinct possibility that if you're using a urinal, you're gonna see a dick.
This is true. What the fuck?
Right. But
Where
no,
is this from?
I actually don't have the translation of where it's from or whatever, but it's I mean, it was originally founded on LiveLeak, so it could have been
amazing.
recorded from anywhere and then uploaded.
Oh, yeah, true.
But ASWJ Auburn Media seems to be a source that you could go to go look for it if you want to find out more. But
I do.
Yeah. Man,
does he preach about pee-pee?
No, I have seen some amazing sermons
Oh my
by
God.
people like this. So
I hope he gives Trump a sermon. Funded by the DNC.
Exactly. You need to not head to Russia because that's where you get the PP. But anyway, that looks like that wraps up the content that I've got for us today. So everybody who's watching, if you have any ideas, any thoughts, make sure to hit us up. Comment section is always going to be live during the show. So
I do have local news.
Oh yeah.
One story.
So for anybody who's watching this at a distance, this story is about the in Oregon, the Lane County area, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically in Eugene, actually.
Okay, specifically.
So
in
anybody
Eugene.
that's I hate to break this to everybody because it's really bad news, but I found out specifically from the restaurant manager today that Papa's Soul Food will no longer be in business very shortly.
Oh no, dude!
It's a really sad day for Eugene food.
That is there. That means that there's no way to get any Kool-Aid in a jar anymore.
Fucking fact.
Right.
Or bomb-ass fried chicken.
Right.
I mean, we have some fried chicken here, but nothing. Papa's is like the only real Southern food here.
Right.
I'm gonna miss it. Anyway, that's all my news.
Yeah. Oh, we got one person who is not pleased about that situation.
I know. I'm sorry, Dragon Daughter. It is true.
Yep. looks like we're gonna be doing this show twice a week. We did our first 2 test episodes. I really like it. This is fun to do. So I think next week we're gonna have a third host over there in the third video slot.
Awesome.
Yep. And then we've got a spot for a fourth. Yeah.
And we are hopefully getting a female on the show, ladies and gentlemen, so you don't have to just look at our ugly fucking faces.
Yeah, so it won't be just a bunch of dicks talking shit.
True.
All right. I think that's it.
That's it.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Follow us. Hit like.
Right.
Call us on Twitter, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we got to get a bunch of social media shit hooked up, but we don't have any of that right now.
We do.
Yeah, because, I mean, honestly, it looks like we've got maybe 4 followers. So, our followership has doubled since our first episode from a whole 4 to 8 now, so.
Oh, shit. Moving up.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Have a good night.